All of this is true.
Spielberg has dealt with alien contact before, but this time the tone is different. Close Encounters gave us wonder, E.T. gave us innocence. Disclosure Day gives us suspicion. It takes famous UFO cases, government cover-up theories, abduction stories, crop circles, Men in Black mythology, and the modern UAP conversation, then ties them together into one huge question. If contact really happened, who decided we were not allowed to know? In the film, secret archive footage is finally released to the public. Those files reveal that alien life has been hidden for almost 80 years inside a system of military secrecy and private corporate control. Some of the footage is original to the movie, including Air Force pilots encountering glowing lights and enormous craft. But the most exciting moments are clearly inspired by real-world UFO legends, and that is where Disclosure Day becomes especially interesting. The biggest reference is Roswell, New Mexico. In real life, Roswell has been the center of UFO speculation since 1947. In Disclosure Day, it is not treated like a weather balloon or a military mistake. It is treated as the event that started everything. The movie says the Roswell crash led to the creation of Wardex, a private company whose name stands for Watch, Recon, Develop, Extract. That name tells us exactly what Wardex does. It watches alien activity, investigates it, develops whatever technology it can steal, and extracts value from it. The company works with the Department of Defense to hide alien evidence from the public while secretly reverse engineering extraterrestrial technology. And honestly, that is one of the smartest ideas in the movie. It is not only asking what the government knows, it is asking who is making money from the truth being buried. Another major inspiration is the Kecksburg incident, often called Pennsylvania's Roswell. In 1965, witnesses reported a fiery object falling from the sky and crashing in the woods. Some described it as metallic, shaped like a bell or acorn, with strange markings on it. Military personnel reportedly arrived quickly, blocked access, and removed whatever had landed. Disclosure Day mirrors that mystery through archive footage of a crash site in the forest, wreckage covered in symbols, and the disturbing suggestion that at least one alien survived. That detail connects to one of the darkest parts of the story. Wardex has not only hidden ships, bodies, and technology, it has also kept living beings as test subjects. The most important one is In Vivo 17, the taller alien who becomes central to the film's final message. One of the strangest references involves President Richard Nixon and comedian Jackie Gleason. In the film, Daniel Kellner shows Jane's secret footage of Nixon bringing Gleason to Homestead Air Force Base in Florida, where alien bodies are being stored. It sounds almost too strange to be real, but it comes from a real UFO legend. After Gleason's death, his wife claimed Nixon personally showed him alien remains held by the government. There is no confirmed proof of that story, but Spielberg uses it in a clever way. In the movie's timeline, Nixon sharing the secret becomes a major mistake. After Watergate, Wardex and the Department of Defense decide that future presidents cannot be fully trusted with alien information because presidents eventually leave office and become civilians again. That idea is cold, but it works. It suggests the real power is not in elected leaders. It is in permanent institutions and private companies that outlast every administration. The movie also leans into alien abduction mythology. Daniel, played by Josh O'Connor, and Margaret, played by Emily Blunt, were both taken as children. Years later, those experiences have left them with abilities that allow them to communicate with the aliens. That makes the mystery personal. The truth is not only hidden in military files, desert crash sites, or secret facilities. It is hidden inside people who survived something the world refuses to understand. The timing of Disclosure Day also matters. In recent years, the conversation around UFOs has moved toward the term UAP, or unidentified aerial phenomena. Military pilots, declassified clips, official reports, and public hearings have pushed the subject into mainstream discussion. The movie understands that cultural moment. It arrives at a time when the question is no longer just whether people believe in UFOs. The question is what has actually been seen, and why the answers still feel incomplete. Crop circles also appear in the film in a quieter but meaningful way. Daniel and Hugo stand in a field while trying to plan their next move, and suddenly patterns begin forming around Daniel. Those designs match symbols connected to alien devices used by Wardex and Hugo's enemies. Many crop circles in real life have been proven to be man-made, but the idea that some could be messages, warnings, or alien symbols has never fully disappeared. And then there are the aliens themselves. When they are not taking animal forms to make humans more comfortable, they resemble the classic Greys, short, gray-skinned beings with large heads and black eyes. Spielberg does not need to explain why that image matters. The moment we see it, decades of abduction stories, fear, fascination, and pop culture memory come with it. But the most powerful image is In Vivo 17. This taller gray appears near the climax. When the archive footage reaches the world and the alien message finally becomes public. The design strongly recalls the tall alien from the ending of Close Encounters of the Third Kind, almost like Spielberg is speaking to his own legacy. Decades ago, he imagined alien contact as wonder. Now, with Disclosure Day, he imagines it as confession. That is what makes this movie fascinating to me. Spielberg seems to be returning to one of his favorite questions from a darker point in history. What if the universe reached out, and instead of listening, humanity captured it, studied it, sold it, and lied about it? Disclosure Day uses Roswell, Kecksburg, Nixon, Jackie Gleason, alien abductions, crop circles, men in black mythology, UAP debates, and the Greys to build a story that feels fictional and strangely familiar at the same time. It does not ask us to believe every conspiracy theory. It asks us to understand why these stories never die. Maybe they survive because people love mysteries. Maybe they survive because official explanations often arrive too late and explain too little. Or maybe they survive because, deep down, people are still waiting for someone to open the archive and finally tell the truth. So now I want to know what you think. Which Disclosure Day reference feels the most believable to you? Roswell, Kecksburg, Nixon and Jackie Gleason, the abductions, or the idea that private companies could control alien technology behind closed doors? Because for me, the scariest part of Disclosure Day is not the aliens. It is the possibility that if contact ever happened, the first human instinct was not wonder. It was ownership. Disclosure Day is now playing in theaters from Amblin Entertainment and Universal Pictures. And if Spielberg is opening the door to a new era of alien storytelling, this may be his most unsettling version yet. Keep watching the skies, keep asking the uncomfortable questions, and I will see you in the next Screen Radar Breakdown.